Hi everybody, welcome to Psych 209. My name is Jillian Grover-Seaver, by the way, and I'm your instructor. I wanted to kind of walk you through some of the course materials that hopefully it can calm you down a little bit, make you comfortable with what's going on. And as the quarter goes on, things will make a lot more sense. So bear with me during the first couple of days while I'm getting videos prepared for you and things like that to walk you through materials. But for now, I just wanted to show you the syllabus. I'm going ahead and clicking on the syllabus link, and it'll load it as, you'll see this link right here, which is a PDF file download, and you can print that document, or you can return to the syllabus whenever you want to and look at it in this format. Oh, found a nice typo where somehow I managed to change the 2 into a W here, so good time to point out that I do all my own typing, so any typos that you see are entirely mine. Okay, so now as we scroll down the page, you'll see the general course information. This is my full name. Jillian is my full given name. I go by Jill or Dr. Jill. Grover is my maiden name, little nod to my parents' contribution, right? And then Seaver is my married name. I am a PhD, so if you want to call me Dr. Jill, that's great. You could call me Jill. I'm comfortable with whatever. I used to be a waitress, so informality is pretty pretty common for me. But if you're uncomfortable with it, absolutely call me Dr. Jill. I'm not a huge fan of Mrs., even though I am married, because, you know, professional setting and so on. Marital status doesn't matter. So that's my name, and I literally will answer to anything. Okay, here's how you can contact me outside of the Canvas classroom, and really, if you have something very urgent, this might be a faster way to email me, only in as much as a little alert pops up on my computer, and hopefully one won't happen while I'm talking right now, but a little alert pops up to let me know whenever I've gotten an email, whereas I have to be logged into the Canvas classroom for me to get my email, because I've shut all those notifications down. I would go insane if I got an email notification from every class, so I don't do that. Please, if you do choose to email me using my Bellevue College email address, identify yourself as being from this class, because I do have a lot. I've had 3 sections this quarter, so and 1 section at Eastern Washington at Bellevue, so it's easy to confuse me. Hopefully you already knew how to find the classroom because it's you're in it, but I thought I'd give you the link in case you do print your syllabus off, also in case you are wise enough to go ahead and bookmark this link. A lot of students don't bookmark that link, and then when the BC webpage has a malfunction or something goes down, they think, well, I couldn't get into Canvas, but Canvas was up and running and it was just the link at Bellevue. So it's really smart to just go ahead and bookmark that link. It's also really smart, I don't know if you can tell from my page, to use Chrome when working in Canvas. A lot of things work perfectly fine in other browsers in Canvas, but Safari in particular has a lot of difficulty loading documents in the Dropbox. And it really is, your responsibility to have a browser that interfaces with Canvas correctly and stuff like that. So make sure everything's all tightened up, because you are going to be using the Dropbox a lot. Your textbook is How to Think Straight About Psychology, and you'll notice I didn't put an edition here. The edition doesn't matter that much. I haven't noticed him changing anything substantive in at least the last 3 or 4 editions. I think what he's supposed to have been changing is the examples. He's tightened up some of he said some things in previous editions that he's kind of clarified what he meant by that, but the content hasn't really changed. So if you want to buy an older textbook, by all means, you're welcome to that. Your prereq is Psych 100. A lot of you were asking me for entry codes, so I think you all know that. Here's your course description. I just pulled that directly out of the catalog, so there's no creativity there. Okay, here we're getting to the meat of it. This is the stuff I created. Okay, now I warned you there's a lot of work in this class. I think I said that earlier. But really what I wanted to warn you of is, it'll take you a little while to figure out what's going on and settle in. So try not to panic as you see what appears to be just a ton of work. Because these first APA exercises are, there's only 3 of them and they're front end loaded. What I mean by that is you will do them in the first 3 weeks of class so that you can get some of the skills that you need to complete your APA assignment done with relative hopefully little pain. I can't say no pain, but I mean, hopefully you'll have the skills that you need by the time you've completed these 3 APA exercises to be able to be, to work within the literature and stuff like that. So I designed 3 exercises to try and ensure that you do them because they are beneficial for you. I did attach points to them. They're only 5 points each. So it doesn't kill you if you miss one, but it's really in your best interest because it gives you some of the skills that you'll need. The weekly reports, I call them weekly even though you really have 2 a week. Most weeks you're going to have 2 a week because this is summer. So kind of condensed. These are hard to explain also. You sort of each week I'll warn you about what that week's weekly report really means. But I've tried to tie an exercise, a hands-on live activity to each chapter that we're covering so that you go out into the actual world and maybe test something out on your friends or look something up on the internet or that kind of thing. And then you give me a little report on it. And so they're each worth 10 points. You have a total of 11 of them to complete. On these written assignments, all these the APA exercises, the weekly reports, I don't accept them late. You need to be doing your work every week. And if you start to fall behind, you really need to let me know that okay, I'm starting to lose control of my schedule. Something's happened. I'm sick. My work changed. Something happened, and let me know so we can make a plan for it. Because otherwise, I don't take things late, and if you start to think, okay, I already missed one, then you might get like learned helplessness and not do the next one, and then not do the next one. Next thing you know, you're failing the class. So the best thing you can do is, if you miss one assignment, contact me. I won't reach out to you because I'm going to assume that you know what you're doing. You're an adult, and I'm not going to annoy you about your work. And you need to reach out to me and let me know, okay, I'm starting to fall behind. I missed one thing. Here's my plan for catching, making sure I'm on track for the rest of the time. I won't let you make up stuff that you've missed. And you'll notice each of the things isn't worth that much. 5 points for this, 10 points for that. If you miss one, it's not going to kill you. But you don't want to miss 2, and then 3, and then 4. And then all of a sudden, it's starting to accumulate into a lot of points. The exams are worth a lot of points, so do not miss these. These you're going to want to do. Each one's worth 100 points, and they're in the Canvas classroom, but they're essays. And I don't know if you've ever taken an essay exam in Canvas. Not everybody has. This is going to be my first time grading them in Canvas, so this will be exciting because normally I have my students handwrite their exams and then I hand grade them. This will be my first time doing it electronically, and I perceive that it'll probably be easier on both of us because I don't know about you, but I find it easier to type than to write with a pencil. And so I think you're probably going to find that the 2 hours is more than adequate for you to accomplish your exam, whereas my students in class sometimes are rushing at the last part. So hopefully you'll find that that's a benefit to you, that you're working online and get to type. But the trick is with the exams, there are several short answers. There's 10 in each of the midterms, and you get to pick 5. So you choose them. Don't answer all 10 and make me pick. I will not do that. I will read the first 5 and I'll stop reading. So go ahead and choose the 5 that you feel the most competent and answer those 5. It's kind of confusing in Canvas because it's not really prepared for an exam where you get to pick, and so all of them are worth 1 point for right now, and then when I go and grade the items, then I'll properly weight everything and enter your grade that way. Now again, I don't want you getting behind. You have to do stuff. We have a 6-week quarter. We have to be working. So I won't release the exams early to accommodate travel. I need to have control over the exams, and so they're only going to be open for 1 week. You can complete the exam anytime during that week that it's open, and you'll have, from the moment you open that exam, you'll have 2 hours to complete it. I don't extend the deadlines for any reason other than you personally are so sick that you had to go to the doctor and he or she has written you a note that excuses you from class the entire week that exam is due or available. In other words, do not count on taking the exam on Wednesday night at 10 p.m. and then just assume that there won't be anything technologically that goes wrong, that there won't be anything food poisoning like that goes wrong. I mean, it's always the case, right, that something goes wrong when you wait till the last minute. So don't do that. Just go ahead and work ahead. I've provided study guides for you in the classroom so that you can get all the information sort of loaded up on your study guide, so that when you sit down to take the test, you really just have to download it into the test. So there's no reason for you to Freudian slip, forget to take it or anything like that. Forget was in quotation marks in case you couldn't tell in my voice. Now the big kahuna thing that you're going to be doing this quarter is the APA paper. And this one I'm going to be working with you all quarter, trying to help to explain and help to guide and make sure that you're not completely confused. If my explanations are not helping you or they're belated or something like that, please send me a message so that I can tailor what I'm doing. When I teach this class in person, I have sort of that back and forth with my students in the classroom, and I can abandon the lecture for today if what you guys need is me to talk about the paper, right? But we don't have that luxury in class because we're not really ever here at the same time. So drop me a message and be specific. I need you to say things like, I'm having trouble following the tutorial on how to search for articles and I need a little bit better explanation or something like that. And then I'll be able to tailor it, and I'll offer it to everybody. So if somebody gives me one question, everybody gets the answer. So that's how we'll handle that, okay? The key things I can tell you in advance are that this is going to be what's called a literature review. And what you're going to be doing in a literature review is very similar to what you might have done in English 201 if you've taken it. For a lot of different instructors teach it slightly differently, but for a lot of the sections at Bellevue College at least, your job in English 201 is to review the literature on some topic. And so you may have already done a paper something like this. The key thing is here it's going to be on a psychological topic, which is a very broad topic. You've got to remember psychology covers a lot of things. And then it needs to be an APA style, which I've given you all sorts of tools in the Canvas classroom to guide you on that. And it needs to be at least, it needs to have at least 10 peer-reviewed research sources cited. My students in the spring quarter, a number of them gave me entirely magazine and newspaper articles. That doesn't count as references. You need to have legitimate psychological articles that have data in them. And I will explain what that means in a separate video. Okay. Need 10 peer-reviewed articles, no late submissions. I've got to read these things. There's a lot of students in class and I've got to get them read before grades are due, so I have you turning them in week 5 so that I have time to read them, give you feedback, and turn in my grades. So I'm not trying to be mean to you guys and make you do a bunch of work, but these are all tasks that are required in a Psych 309 class. You need to do a literature review and you need to learn the content that we're learning. And so summer classes, as you know, are very condensed. Now here are the assignments that you're doing. You have 11 weekly reports that are worth 10 points each, 3 APA exercises that are 5 points each. Your midterm and final are each 100 points, and your APA paper is worth 100 points. So as you can see, most of your grade is going to be coming from your exams and your APA paper and the combination of all of your weekly reports. The weekly reports, if you complete them in good faith and explain your answers and stuff like that, there's no reason why you shouldn't get a full credit assignment on those. My goal is for you to learn some things from it, not necessarily to spend a ton of time writing up what you did, but instead most of your energy should be put into doing the activity. Oh, I did get an email while we were talking, so just to demonstrate, now see, since I'm talking, I'm not going to check on what my mom had to say there. I'm going to go ahead and keep talking. Two things that you'll notice if you watch my videos that will include my lecture is that I'll have those email pop-ups, and then also I have 3 dogs who apparently have developed a Pavlovian conditioned response where anytime I put on these headphones and start talking to myself, they think someone's here and they start barking. So far so good. We're not hearing them. Knock on wood, dogs haven't come. But if you hear dogs barking in the back, I apologize. So I've broken the class down into basically 2 chapters per week, and your textbook is teeny tiny. It's so skinny, and you may think to yourself, oh, score, there's nothing here to read, but it's densely packed. So I really recommend that you watch my videos that I'll be posting with. You'll see that I already have my PowerPoints posted in each module, and then as the weeks go on, I'll be adding my lectures to that too, and so that you can have another perspective besides the very densely packed version that Stanovich wrote. And also in my lectures, I'll talk about some of the things that'll bring it more to life. He left out a lot of examples that I like to use when I talk. So, and I'll even have you do little by yourself demonstrations while I'm talking and stuff. Now, the only big things that I put as far as deadlines on this printed, if you were to print out this syllabus, you would only have your deadlines for the midterm, the APA paper, and the final exam. Because every week on Monday, Monday and Tuesday, I think that's what I've assigned, you've got weekly reports, and I didn't want to make a gigantic calendar. You just know that every week you have, Monday and Tuesday you have weekly exercises. In the first 3 weeks you also have the Finding a Legitimate Topic assignment that's due on Wednesday. So I tried to make it so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday you have something due. The midterms also due on a Wednesday. I try to make sure that things are due on weekdays so that if you run into trouble you can contact me about it. But like I said, if you wait till the very last second on Wednesday to take your exams, I'm not going to be online. On Wednesday nights I teach a class, so you're going to have to, if you think you might need to reach out to me, you're going to want to take your exam before 5 o'clock on Wednesday, because I will not be reachable until Thursday morning. All right. So, to recap, don't use Safari on this when you use Canvas. And bear with me, things will become more clear as we go along. So try not to be too overwhelmed in this first week. Things will start to make sense. Okay, well hopefully I didn't talk too long, and I will see you guys in another video.